Yo, what is up everybody? It's your boy Tweezy here bringing you another YouTube video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the big update that's coming to Halo 5 Guardians later this week. For those of you that are wondering about the gameplay that's going on in the background, it is a gameplay of mine that I captured earlier this week. It is a Slayer game on the map Empire, and it's just there so you guys have something to watch while we talk about this, okay? But let's get into the cartographer's gift. For those of you that are new to Halo, just to briefly gloss over it, since the launch of the game, 343 has been doing consistent month-long updates to the game every month in order to bring in new maps and new features to the game. Last month, Battle of Light and Shadow, Battle of Shadow and Light and Shadow, one of the two. They brought in Big Team Battle, which is 8v8 on much bigger maps. And this month, they're bringing us the Cartographer's Gift. With that is coming Forge. Now, Forge is a really big thing for the Halo community, and if you've never experienced it, now is the time to do it. Okay, Forge is a tool that allows you to build within the Halo world. You can build new maps, you can build racetracks if you guys want to go Mongoose or Warthog racing. You're only limited by your creativity and by the object barrier, which I think for this version of Forge that we're getting is like 1,700 objects. I'm not sure, so double check me on that, but there's a lot of objects that you can place in there. And it's really good because it increases the longevity of the game. You can play maps that your friends make. You can make maps with your friends. If you're like me, you can do machinima. You can use green screens within there and create video content using in-game pieces and in-game worlds. So it's just this incredibly powerful tool. And when they said that they were bringing Forge to us, they had told us that Forge has been revamped. They brought in a lot of professional video editing tools to it so that Forge is just better than ever before. And, I'm going to quickly go over some of these things. If you guys want to read more about it or all the other things that are coming in the Cartographer's Gift update, I will put a link in the description down below to the Halo Waypoint article that they did, just glossing over everything with a little bit more detail than I am, okay? But just to talk about some of the Forge things, they're allowing grouping of objects, and you're allowed to select multiple objects. You can put green screens in the background. They have light effects that you can do. They have special effects that you can add. You can do terrain alteration if you want to. Again, the possibilities are endless, and I just can't wait to see what members of the community do with this, okay? But that's the big thing that they're bringing. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's the only thing that they're bringing. As we've seen, they also are bringing in a lot more rec packs with every new update, a couple new weapon skins. I think this month's is the gold standard. Last month's was green machine, stuff like that. The big weapon that they're bringing in, which we're all excited to see back, is the Spanker rocket launcher. Now, for those of you that are longtime fans of Halo, you know the Spanker rocket launcher. It is the one that we have come to know and love, and that has been brought back. There's actually 4 different variations for those of you that play Warzone. There's the Spanker, Spanker EM, the Spanker EX, and the Spanker Prime. Each one does something a little bit different than the next. But it's great to see, and what's also great to see is that the Spanker performs differently than the existing Halo 5 rocket launcher. The Spanker rocket launcher, as they told us in the Cartographer's Gift broadcast that they did about a week ago, I'm sorry, don't do it. In that broadcast, they said that the Spanker rocket launcher fires a little bit faster due to the way that it is built, but it reloads slower because you have to completely eject the magazine and reload a new one. So I love the fact that they put that thought into it and making the Spanker rocket launcher different than the current rocket launcher that's in there. That also makes me excited because I remember they did a video where they talked about adding in the Halo CE pistol, and so I don't know if it's in the game yet. I don't know if they're going to add it later, but it's the details like that where different variations of things perform differently. Makes me excited for what they're doing with it. 2 other rec pack things that they're adding is they're adding 2 new assassinations, Nice Try and Oh Snap, and they're adding a new armor set, the Mark IV Generation 1 armor set, which is really exciting for those of you that are like me and huge fans of the Halo lore. If you're not and you want to kind of see this, watch Fall of Reach, watch the entire series. You'll get an idea of the Mark IV armor and what it means to those of us that are just giant fanboys. But I'm excited to see this in there. So Yeah. Sorry, I had to breathe. There's also 4 new maps that are coming to the game. There's a Warzone map, an arena map, and 2 big team battle maps. The 2 big team battle maps are called Entombed and Antifreeze. I wish I knew what they were based off the top of my head, but I don't, because I'm not a big team guy really, so it's really hard to do that. But the 2 maps that they've added, the Warzone map is called Battle of Noctis, and pretty much the way that it works is that it's kind of similar to Escape from ARC or ARC. There's 2 different garages, there's a whole lot of bosses for you to fight, and there's this giant central base where you can there's a circle around it where you can drive your tanks and stuff like that. Again, it looked really cool on live stream. I can't wait to play. And then the last map is the arena map, Overgrowth. It is the asymmetrical version of Plaza. I think Plaza is an asymmetrical map anyways, but it's the remake of Plaza. It's a little bit like run down and dingy, but I'm excited to see how it plays. I'm excited to see how much like Plaza it is. I think there's, for strongholds, the 2 things to control is there is a camo somewhere. I don't know where, but there is a plasma caster in the bottom mid, and then I think that there's a sword in Slayer, but I'm not 100%. I just am remembering from the live stream, okay? And then there's a couple of other smaller things that they've added in that they kind of just like snuck in there. The first one is improving the Spartan companies. Now this is something that they added at the beginning of the game. I don't think they expected it to become as popular as it is, but now since they have over 30,000 active Spartan companies that are in the game, they're trying to do a little bit more to cater to those communities. They're allowing service record and commendations within those companies, and they're giving those guys their special helmet and armor. I have not done Spartan Company, to be honest with you. I tried to get into a couple, but I don't know if things worked out or not, but yeah, so if you have a Spartan Company, invite me to it, but this is not really something that's going to affect me as much as the other 2 things are. Those other 2 things are seasons and social playlists. Now, playlist is something that I'm going to talk about in a video later this week where I talk about the importance of ranked versus social and stuff like that. But they have announced that they're going to be adding in social playlists. They're taking Big Team Battle and they're making that into a social playlist. It's a playlist that you can play for fun, and this could just be to combat the amount of quitting out that we've seen in Big Team Battle. It could be just because those population numbers were low and they just want to make sure that people have something fun to play. But yeah, so Big Team Battle is becoming a social 88. But they also say that they're announcing a new other social playlists, so I'm interested to see what that's going to be. Is it going to be like a gun game kind of thing? Is it going to be just like fun? Is it going to be new game types that they're trying to test out? I want to see. So we'll see when this update comes out later. And then the last big thing is seasons. For those of you that play Call of Duty and know about how like their arena mode works, seasons works the same way for Halo. The past 2 months we've been in a preseason where we've been grinding through the game, building up our ranks, and trying to get into that championship rank. But the preseason is now over with this update, and they're going to be resetting everybody, and we're going to have to start all over from the beginning and start off Season 1, which is great. I'm glad to see it, because there was a lot of complaints about things like free-for-all. There was a large amount of the population of free-for-all that was getting into the Onyx division, so it was a little bit easier to get into that division. So they've been making tweaks to stuff like that in order to make sure that it remains competitive. I'm sure that they also have made some other tweaks to some of the game types and made sure that, like, you know, this like rigged stronghold won't be in there or something like that. We'll see when Season 1 kicks off, but I'm excited to play, and you should be too, because there will be a one-time only Season 1 rec pack at the end of the placement matches. If you finish all of your placement matches within a playlist, you get this rec pack. So play one playlist, play 10 games, and just have fun with it, okay? That does it for all the things that are going to be coming with this update, at least all the things that they've really talked about. I'm going to be making a couple of videos later on in the week to kind of talk about what I'm hoping comes with it, but that about does it for me. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.